Okay. So I know in our last session, I encouraged you to go out and be more mindful of acknowledging your warning signs and your triggers when you find yourself getting anxious feelings. How have that been going for you?
It's up and down, when I'm in places that I know, around people that I know, just familiar surroundings, I'm relaxed. But every time, if I'm in a crowd or just, or an event venue or a museum or, Lord forbid, a club, and I'm around strangers, I'm in a place that I don't recognize, it's like everything feels, I don't know how to describe it. Like, how would you say, like, you feel like not so much that things are closing in on you, they are where they are, but they just feel too close. And so I feel like the atmosphere is pressed on me. So um I try to control my breathing if I can, step away to a quiet space. But then, if I get to know the people around me, go get some space, catch some fresh air, get some cold water, I can steady myself. But it still happens. And it's just not knowing my surroundings. And I don't even know what it is I want to know about my surroundings to make me feel like what is it about what is it about not knowing about this place that makes me feel this way? Like, is it not knowing where the exits are or something? I don't know. But just stepping back, getting some fresh air. And then sometimes I'll, once I visit that same place the second or third time, I've been here before. I've been in this space before and I'm okay. So just building a familiarity and then just stepping away to catch my breath.
Okay. So what I hear you saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, is when you are in unfamiliar situations or settings, everything feels like it's closing in, almost similar to like a claustrophobic situation.
Very, very much a claustrophobic, situation. And it's just like uh not so much but the space is small, but that the space is too full.
And is that too full with people? Is that what
Yes.
you're sharing? Okay.
Too full with people and maybe even things. Because I went to visit my mom and she was moving some things around the house and it was like stuff everywhere and it just felt like chaotic. So it but that was the only instance where I felt like it was things and not, people.
So when you are in a situation where there's a lot of people, what are some physiological symptoms that take place? Like how does your body react?
I find that my shoulders are up because my shoulders are tense, my neck is tense, or I'm clenching my teeth. Um, my fists are balled up. It's like everything is turned on. The tension is turned on everywhere from my shoulders, my neck, my hands, clenching my jaw, and it's just like, relaxes, but it's just like I'm tense, I'm feeling anxious, and every fiber is that's just going out to every fiber of my body. Everything is just closed up and tight. But mainly it's just like, my shoulders and the back of my neck where, I have to consciously uncontract.
I also heard you mention earlier about your breathing. So how do those things affect your breathing in that moment where you feel everything's closing in?
Well, my breathing becomes shallow, it's a, you know, and but what helps is to breathe it in, take a deep breath and breathe it in, and then hold it at the top and then slowly release it. Because I think, I'm having this physiological reaction within my body, but then the shallow breaths just contribute to that because now I'm not getting enough oxygen. So, and I think, those deep breaths are necessary to relax the muscles and whatnot. So just um, shallow breaths contribute to it. I realized that. And one of the things I need to do is deep breaths, concentrate, conscious deep breaths, hold it and then release it. And that's part of the calm down.
Good. So that is actually one of the techniques I was going to suggest that we practice today in session was taking those deep breaths and, exhaling,
Hmm.
and doing a count. And it would help as you count, and as you count, it will help bring your concentration and your focus back to the present moment, right?
Hmm.
And allow your body to realize you're not in a form of immediate danger or
Yeah.
harm.
That's one of
So
the things I had to think about too. Like, there's nothing here and nobody here right now that means me any harm. So, um, this is all within myself. So, if I'm making these things within myself, it is within myself to bring myself back down too.
yeah, good, good. So the warning signs when you are experiencing a form of anxiety increase in your body, do you recognize any warning signs before the symptoms start happening or any
The only
thoughts
warning
that may
before
come?
I feel the tension is I get a little sweat up here, and
Okay.
that is it's like, and then I don't even recognize it sometimes right away because it's like, ooh, it's warm in here. Oh, it must be because there's so many people. Well, nobody else has a line of sweat, and then I know that that's me, not
Okay.
because it's warm in here. And it's like after that is when everything starts clamming up. But right here across the forehead, a little bead of sweat there, and it's like that's is it just me or is it warm in here? So I started looking around to see if anybody else is sweating,
Yeah.
and and then I try to get in front of it and bring myself down from there when I see, okay, Tammy, it's just you. But that's what's in front of it, like that warm feeling, those beads of sweat, and then just kind of um uh knowing that the flare up is coming and thinking about what I know to bring myself out of it.
Okay. So what I hear is you get a bead of sweat as a
Mhm.
good signal of you're entering into a position of anxiety increase,
Mhm.
and you try to bring yourself down from that point. Now, what does that mean when you try to bring yourself down when you acknowledge the bead of sweat?
I'll probably get away from the crowd, and right then, instead of letting the whole thing come full on, go outside where it's cool, get some air or something, get a cool drink, just something to start, physically cooling myself down because I'm heating myself up, and just to get in front of it. And sometimes, I recognize it for what it is sooner, and then I can stop it from becoming a whole thing by just removing myself for a few minutes and catching it at the start of it. So getting away, getting a cool drink, getting some fresh air, just removing myself from that situation, bringing myself back, and then going back because there's nobody in there that's gonna do anything to you. So deep breaths. There's no harm around. It's like, yeah.
Well, that's good to hear that you have some form of you do have some coping mechanisms and some strategies on how to de-escalate your triggers and your anxiety levels, such as the breathing and the removing yourself from the situation. What I would like to do is, in case there's a situation where you may not be able to remove yourself, provide you with a skill, the practice of the breathing skill to implement in real time, right?
Hmm.
So, if that's okay with you, we can practice the breathing and help de-escalating it in that moment. So I'm not sure if it's the same method you use. It's a countdown, and it's a countdown message, and it's a smell of flower method. Okay,
Well, I
so
ain't
what
been
this?
smelling no flowers, so definitely not the same method.
Okay, so what I'm going to encourage is you put both your feet on the floor front yet. So good. And then, so what I want to encourage is that you think of something that is of a great fragrance, a sweet fragrance to you, something you enjoy to smell, whether that's a flower. I see you have many plants, whether that's a plant or a perfume, something that you can smell that you
Hmm.
enjoy smelling.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have it?
Yes.
Okay. Do you mind sharing what that is?
It's roses.
Roses.
Fresh
Okay. Yeah.
cut, fresh cut roses.
Fresh cut roses. Okay, great. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to walk it through first. We're going to take a deep breath and let you smell the rose. Imagine yourself smelling the rose and then
Mhm.
I'm going to count up to 5, and then we're going to exhale, and I'm going to count back down from 5. Okay. We're going to do
Okay.
that 2 times. All right.
Okay.
And the whole point is, as we are inhaling the smell of the flower of the rose, that our bodies may tense up, but then as we exhale, our bodies should relax and our mind should be able to come back to a form of focus. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So here we go. So I'm going to encourage you to close your eyes. And then on the count of when I start counting at 1, we're going to take a deep breath. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to pause. And we're going to exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, good. We're going to do that one more time. Deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. And now we're going to exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. How do you feel?
I feel good, and it is actually reminding me of something I used to do years and years ago. I realized when I was in high school that I had a little bit of claustrophobia, and this
Mhm,
happened at cheerleading camp. I was
mhm,
in the van, all the cheerleaders in one van, and I got in first, and I ended up at the back of the van, and it was too much. I had to get out, and
mhm.
I was trying to catch my breath, and they were like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, I can't breathe." They're like, "You're breathing," and I was like, "I need big air." That's what I
Big
called it.
air.
I need big air. And that right there is like you you sometimes you feel like you breathed, but you didn't fill your lungs up.
Hmm.
And I like to slow it down like we just did and count it out because you're counting it out, you're not, you taking in this one swoop of air all at once. You're slowly filling your lungs and
Yes.
then slowly letting it back out. And it just reminded me of that years ago, and I called it big air.
Big air. Well, good. I'm happy that that was very helpful for you. So I see we're coming up on our time. I want to encourage you to continue to take those big airs, right? Whenever
Mhm.
you find yourself in a situation where you can that bead of sweat come, go to big air. And
Mhm.
I would hope that that will be able to make a difference for you. And in our next session, I would like to hear how that experience went. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.